You in the office, baby. Going up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Slice Fight Network. Today we're here with Tyler, the Typhoon Forsythe. He's 1-0 as a pro, looking to go 2-0 January 6th at SEFC29 in South Haven, Mississippi. How we doing today, Tyler?
Doing great, man. I'm feeling great as well.
All right, man. So we're 1 week out from the main event. Tell us your thoughts on camp, man, and the prep for the fight.
Well, this is my first main event, so we kind of like to put a little focus on the stress that's going to come into the factor of being in the locker room for such a long amount of time. But other than that, man, we've just been crossing the T's and dotting the I's in camp as usual, making sure we go over all boxes via striking, grappling, and then the finishing sequences as well. So I feel really great about camp. It's going great, and we're wrapping it up.
Awesome. Man, I followed your amateur career. You had a really successful amateur career. You're looking to go 2-0 as a pro, but what are your goals long-term wise in MMA?
My goals long term MMA is to make it to the UFC, but not only to make it to the UFC, have a successful run in the UFC, and eventually earn my shot at a title or leave a lasting legacy where I can bring back notoriety to our area and help improve the overall game of Memphis MMA. It's going up as we speak today, but all we need is somebody that actually makes it, actually gets some. I'm not gonna say nobody here has knowledge, but there's just the tricks and stuff that some people, we haven't really brought back here because we never had somebody successful bring it back here. That's my goal long term, is to have my run, be successful myself, and then bring it back here to where I can help others be successful.
Nice.
Well, hey, man, talking to your coach, Jeff Denton, he had nothing but high praise, and sounds like if anybody, here is going to do it, it'll be you. He had nothing but, the best things to say about you. Basically, you're his best student. And if he had 100 more just like you, he'd be in heaven. So, that's some high praise right there, man. And, every time I've seen you fight, dude, you always look prepared. You've never been in a bad fight. Always exciting. You see, you had 3 amateur titles. I mean, like you said, you're very successful, amateur career, and if you just keep doing what you're doing and keep that head on straight, man, like you can do it, but it's all about that perseverance, and hey, that next step is January 6th in that main event. Like you're talking about, man, like figuring out those stresses, figuring out that kind of stuff, like get that out of the way now, on the local
Yes, sir.
side.
My success in my amateur career is ultimately what led us to go pro. In June or July of last year, I've had so much happen over these past couple of months, with the birth of my daughter and whatnot. So, like the success made it hard for me to find fights. I ended up fighting one of my amateur opponents 3 times. And it was just time to go pro with the difficulty of finding new, fresh talent and not just finding somebody that's fresh in. I gotta fight somebody that's giving me notoriety and moving me up the ladder as well. So it was time to start making money and actually moving up a ladder that mattered. I look forward to doing that January 6th, continuing that climb one more step.
Nice. How do you feel about the merger that's gone on, like here at just out of Apex?
Honestly, I personally couldn't be happier with it. Just the blending that's been going on, the way that Jeff and Fisher just hit it off running, and not only that, but the training partners as well. I've gained a couple bodies that are closer to my size, which is always a big deal. Always important to have training partners that are close to your size.
Yeah.
It, negates unnecessary injuries, lets you get a better feel of what it's going to be like in the cage. You can't necessarily get a feel. Say I'm sparring a 170 guy who's 6'4". I'm not when I go and fight somebody, because I'm tall for 125, and I'm usually fighting people that are just a tad bit shorter than me, if not the same height as me. And I don't have to step in as much when I'm fighting those people, and that is something that we've addressed as well this camp. because of the merger. So, like I said, I have nothing but high praises with the way things are going here. I'm more than happy with my home here.
Awesome. So we're taking on Kevin Martin. Now, one of your teammates just you're 6. He just fought Kevin Martin,
Yes,
and
sir.
so that's got to help a
I'm
little
yin
bit.
yang twin. Yes, sir.
That's right. I was about to say, it's like, I guess Kevin, he wasn't satisfied with that outcome, so he wanted to try to get some more of that DeSoto Apex. Give us some of your thoughts on that.
Man, I tell you what, this kid's 1-0. He's not from around our area, so nobody's gonna know him. But what I will tell everybody, the reason why they need to watch this fight, this guy right off the bat in his pro debut is fighting the former number 1 ranked 135er in Mississippi, and now he's fighting in his second pro fight the former number 1 ranked 125er in Mississippi. So he's not looking for any easy fights. He's looking to test himself, and I'm not expecting an easy fight. I'm not expecting a war as well. I do not expect myself to result to his game. I plan on going in there and forcing my will. But man, you got to tip your hat to somebody who can look up the accolades of somebody and not let that mess with their mental, because he could have very easily fought another debut. This fight being 0-1, So I tip my hat to him. So much respect if you watch this. But we're coming to put on a show January 6th. So I hope you've been training as hard as I have, brother.
Hey, and the guy's a 3-time state champion wrestler. Like, he ain't looking for an easy night out. He's looking for a competition.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I mean, he can wrestle all he wants to, but we're fighting my fight January 6th.
Where do you see the fight going?
Honestly, this fight, I see it going wherever I want it to go. I'm going to draw reactions out of him. I am going to make him do something that he is unsure of, and I'm going to capitalize on it. I will finish this fight before the bell rings.
I like it.
All right, man. Calling for the finish.
I like
in your main event next weekend, January 6th. How can the fans follow you on social media, Tyler?
Just as of right now, you just follow my Facebook page. If you're a real fan, I mean, you're gonna see some of my family stuff on there too. But my Instagram is bullethead_23, and that's mainly where I post anything fight related, as far as pictures and videos or anything like that. I'd like to as well shout out a couple of my sponsors. A Surety Bonding Company. They've been with me since the start. Really one of my main sponsors who really helps me get the nutrition and everything I need. Michael Davis with One Way Lawn Care. They service the greater Mid-South area. And when I say just about anything landscape, they will do it. I mean, they were even hanging up Christmas lights this year, I mean, just anything to help out the community around the Memphis area. Lyle's Plumbing and Excavation, they do a lot of stuff as far as land clearing and any plumbing or remodeling work. I got Aubrey's Carpenter and Paint. They do a lot of residential and commercial paint work. I have one of my newest sponsors is Live Life Lens. Or my bad, I messed that up. It's Life Latch Lens. She's a doula and like lactation consult my wife's been using. So she heard I was looking for sponsors, hopped on board. So big shout out to her. My vinyl people, Grits Creations, and as always, my coaches Jeff Denton and Mr. Fisher, and the facility and all my teammates here at DeSoto Apex.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Next Saturday night, January 6th, live at the Lander Center in South Haven, Mississippi. Tyler the Typhoon Forsythe is your main event. Best of luck, man. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, man. Y'all take care.